My name is Mercedes Clavell. I'm from Spain, Barcelona. I work in a multidisciplinary law firm. We are focused more in corporate, commercial, real estate and tax issues. And we have a lot of international transactions, both inbound and outbound. Spanish economy during many years received a lot of foreign investment, but it's already long time ago that the Spanish companies decided to go abroad and start their international transactions. I would say that nowadays internationalization is a normal issue, and it's amazing how you find that small companies, they are operating in faraway countries and they are being very successful, and they do not appear in any listing, but at the end they are what we could call local champions, that they are very specialized in one product or service and they can expand to some countries. And in this sense, I think that a network as international referral focused on middle-sized firms is very good for this type of companies, because medium-sized company feels much more comfortable working with medium-sized law firms than with the big ones. And the issue is to know the right persons within medium-sized law firms to deal with a specialized transaction. Besides, what we have seen in the last years is a very high degree of specialization. Laws are becoming more and more complicated, so at the end you need really good specialists in certain areas of law. Of course, some lawyers, some or many lawyers, we have a wide experience in several matters, but at the end you really need to be an expert in some areas, maybe not only one, but 3, 4 or 5 areas of expertise. Well, we have had some inbound work, for example, from Pamir Law. We helped them in obtaining the confirmation from the Spanish authorities that a product manufactured in Spain had the right homologation. And they needed this in order to be able to sue a manufacturer in Taiwan who supposedly was selling some industrial product as it had this kind of European Union homologation. Well, it was, let's say, a very specialized issue that we had to contact the Spanish ministry in charge of this. They said that this kind of registry was not public, that they had a lot of queries, so we had to file an application and insist and wait, and at the end we got the certification that enabled Pamir Law to provide advice to that client. Yes, I think that face-to-face network is very important, because nowadays, thanks to internet, you got a lot of information about websites, but what happens is that everybody can make a very nice website, but at the end, when you are rendering a service to a client you need to feel absolutely comfortable that the person, the professional you are referring to, is a reliable person. And in this respect, face-to-face meetings are very important. For example, my first IR conference was in Dubai in 2014. There I met a lot of professionals, not only from Europe, but also from other parts of the world. And I think this is important because nowadays internationalization is not for a Spanish company going to France or to Germany, is more worldwide. And after this conference, together with a franchise consulting firm I'm collaborating with, we decided to visit the Shanghai franchise exhibition and have a first-hand impression of the Chinese market from franchisors. And then we went to Shanghai 1 year ago, and we also arranged some meetings with IR members in Shanghai, and it was very useful. Some years ago, I had the impression that it was very difficult to meet reliable professional services providers in China. But I would say that all the Chinese members of international referral are really very good firms, very qualified to provide services for Spanish and European law firms. So the meeting was really very useful. Nowadays, I would say that internationalization is the normal issue in any company. Therefore, it's absolutely necessary to have a network of professionals, because you never know when a client will say, well, it happens that I have a subsidiary, or I want to set up a joint venture, or look, I have been dealing with a distributor in that country and now I have a problem. So in last year we have had some referrals, for example, with Mexico, where our client wanted to sue the directors of a company for mismanagement, and we got a good contact there thanks to international referral. We also had a client who had been sued in Turkey, and we needed somebody to go to the court hearing, and we also had a client having some corporate issues in Malta, and we worked with the IR correspondent in Malta. So for us, international referral is a good tool to meet similar-minded law firms. Well, we have several interesting projects. One is related to international franchising. International franchising and developing countries. Franchise products and services are for the middle class, and what we are finding now is that countries that are growing very fast in South America, in Asia, even in Africa, they need more products and services, and they have a quickly increasing middle class that is willing to have this type of services and products. And so it's a good opportunity for local entrepreneurs to have a master franchise or a distribution agreement for certain products, and if they are able to manage well the growth of the network in their country, it could be a very successful business. Among these countries, of course, China plays a very important role, because at the end it's 20% of the world's population and really an emerging economy. And we are promoting, in Spain, we are promoting the internationalization of franchises in many countries, and China among them. Also, we have realized that there is a growing interest by Chinese companies and wealthy families to invest abroad in order to diversify their business. In the last months, we have all read in the papers some, let's say, some changes in Chinese economy, but in this scenario, internationalization becomes even more necessary, because one of the main advantages is that you spread the risks that you face if you are only in one country. So I hope that in the future we will be able to advise Chinese companies and entrepreneurs in their internationalization processes.